Hey, welcome back to the Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. On our turntable, we have a Chevy van. This is the vehicle that we're going to use for the March 2025 Four Horsemen Scout theme build. Again, this is a neat little casting. It's got a lot of detail. We're going to take a look at that in a minute. We'll take it all apart and take a look at it. This is a Matchbox casting, and we're going to use this again for our Scout theme. And we'll talk a little bit more about the Boy Scouts as we go along. All right, well, we're in the shop here, and we're working on our Chevy van. Again, just get it all taken apart. This is pretty neat. This is a Matchbox casting. They did a really nice job on this. It's got the moon windows there and the open back windows there. There's only one post. Got it drilled and tapped. There's only one post. The back just clips in, and so that's kind of neat as well. I always am fascinated by these castings, whether they're Hot Wheels or Matchbox. Sometimes to look at the things that are in this inside. You know, there are different types of ones. Like the fish and chip one has all kinds of things inside, and you can see this. This is really well detailed. You know, it looks like some type of chord, electric guitar, some type of probably like music things that are there. Maybe a thing that holds albums, headsets. That's all kind of neat in this van. So it's kind of neat to see that detail and stuff. Even the steering wheel's got a little bit more. I don't think is not quite as much so as some of them, but better than nothing. Probably gonna strip this chrome because it is worn in places. It's got a little bit of detail there too, so we'll probably just detail up those side pipes or those exhaust pipes, and but it's just worn enough that to touch it up with a chrome pen, it probably wouldn't look so good. So we'll just strip it all down and restart it. A little bit of wear on this. You can see right there. We got the rear view mirror that's there. Just a little bit of wear. We'll probably clean that up and dip it in the Pledge Revive. The wheels, just these old Matchbox wheels, and we'll probably just throw them in our box of old wheels in case we ever decide there's something we ever need them for. We'll use them for that. But anyways, let's get this car into the stripper and get started with our project. Okay, well, we are working on our little Chevy van. I'm going to strip this down and repaint it. We'll probably repaint the interior black. I mean, the chassis here black, and then we'll hit it again with the chrome to highlight the chrome details and stuff. So what I like to do is you've seen me do this before, but I like to take a wire, put it through it, and then what we'll do is we will drop it into the super clean. It'll strip off all the old. I think you can also use it like easy off oven cleaner. I think that probably will take it off too, but the one I've seen the most success with is the super clean. It really seems to do a good job. Then once we get it done, like I say, we'll paint it black, probably detail up some of these other little details underneath the bottom, and then re-chrome the front end in the rear bumper. So let's move on. All right, well, I'm working a little bit more on my Boy Scout build for the Four Horsemen Diecast March 2025 Scout theme build. I'm going to use this. I'm using this Matchbox Chevy van. I'm going to do a 3-color. So the first one's going to be this. I've got it taped off and angled a little bit. I'm going to use this opaque, Wicked Colors opaque blue, or Wicked Blue, I guess it's called, for the front part of the van. Then after, I'm going to take in. I'm going to tape off part of the roof, and I'm going to tape off the sides of the roof, and then I'm going to use this Wicked Colors red to do some red stripes on the roof. And we'll see what that looks like a little bit more. Again, I use my typical mixture of 3-to-1 with the paint, with the high gloss, and then I add about 3 pipettes of the 4011 reducer. That's you have to play with that a little bit, because depending on how much paint you have, you may want to add a little bit more reducer, whatever will flow really good, because it really makes a good flow through the airbrush. Anyways, let's move on. All right, well, we have been working on our Boy Scout van, and now I'm going to take off this tape that's there. This is the part that's always a little bit nerve-wracking, because I'm trying to get the tape off without messing up any of the other paint, if we can do that. here we go. Getting this done. Taking this right off, and we will. Looks like it's coming off pretty well. So we'll just peel this off like that. Again, one of the things to do when you're doing this, when you want to tape it off and maybe do 2 tones or even 3 colors like I'm hoping to do here, one thing you can do is to make sure that you take in clear coat it. Make sure you get a good coat of clear coat on there first. That way you can get it off really easy, and it doesn't peel off the other paint. Let's see if we can do this. So far, it looks like it's coming off pretty well. Let's see if I can. I tell you, those Tamiya tapes, you can use the really thin ones like I use, and some of these other ones on there. They really help with the lines and keeping them nice and crisp, as you can see here. So we're going to let this finish getting dried, and we'll move on with our build. All right, well, we're moving right along with our Scout theme build. I've taken and taped off the car. I gave it another coat of clear coat before I taped it off, and then I used some of these Tamiya tapes. We've got all different types of sizes and stuff that you can get. I use some of this. I'm going to have some. So I want to have some red stripes on the roof. I'm hoping that will come out well. I'm trying to make sure that the tape lays down pretty good along the edges to make sure it's got nice sharp edges for that, so it doesn't run too much. Again, made the red. Took some of this wicked color crimson. Added 3-to-1 mix paint to the high gloss clear, and then added a couple of these pipettes of reducer. That thins that out pretty nice, and it should flow pretty nice through the airbrush. So I think we're looking good. So let's get this thing in the paint booth and put another coat on. All right, well, we're working on our Scout van build. Again, as you can see, I've got it all painted, stripes on the top. I added these decals. I made these decals for some images I found online. Put on some white, not white, clear decal paper, and put those on. Now I'm getting ready to do the final clear coats on this, and we'll get this put together. And then we'll take a look at all the pieces. Let's move on. All right, we're back, and we've got all our pieces ready for our Scout theme build. Got the van, and took the van, and got the Boy Scout model, be prepared, Boy Scout symbol, painted the red stripes and the white stripes on there. After I also put a coat of that's Wicked Colors blue on the front, and then gave it a couple coats of Diecast Graveyard's 2K clear. These are really neat. I've detailed the base up a little bit. Got some wheels from Samhead Wheels, and then I kind of just detailed up the interior a little bit. The guitar, the headphones. I couldn't tell if that was a pillow or if it was some music, so I painted it white so it could fit for either one. Detailed up the amplifier and stuff. It's kind of neat. Some of the stuff they do, if you look at some of these cars and some of the stuff that you probably never will see if you don't take a good look or take it apart like I did. Okay, so let's get this thing put together, and we'll get it on the turntable and take a good look at it. All right, well, here we have our completed Four Horsemen Scout theme build for the month of March. I chose this Matchbox Chevy van to do that. Again, I stripped the van down. I painted with opaque white from Cratex, added the Wicked Colors blue for the front and the Wicked Colors red for the stripes. I made the decals, the Boy Scout, from some images I got offline, and I put the Be Prepared motto on there. The slotted 5 spokes are from Sam Ed wheels. Detailed up repainted the grille and the rear bumper, detailed up the lights on the back, as you can see there. Had a lot of fun with this build, and again, I coated the whole thing over with Diecast Graveyard's 2K Clear. It gives a nice shine to that. And, some things I found about the Boy Scouts, just kind of a brief history. It's one of the oldest youth organizations in the United States where young people can participate in various outdoor activities like camping, hiking, kayaking, mountain biking, and much more. At Boy Scouts of America, they aim to teach young people about character development, citizenship training. Again, the Boy Scout movement was founded over in Great Britain, actually, back in 1908. It was Lieutenant General Robert S.S., or actually later Lord Baden-Powell, who had written a book called Scouting for Boys, but it was better known as the defender of the town of Mafeking in South Africa, during the Boer War. But anyways, it's just kind of an overview of it. The Boy Scout motto, as I said, is Be Prepared. I got that on the van. And it's a way of life that encourages Scouts to be ready for any challenge. And what does Be Prepared mean? It's being prepared in mind, being disciplined, obedient, and thinking ahead. Being prepared in body, meaning being strong, active, and able to do what's right. Being prepared means being able to do your duty and live happily without regret. And of course, the Scout Oath is another important part of Scouting. I remember taking that oath and doing that oath when I was in Boy Scouts when I was much younger. It said, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Again, the law states that Scouts should be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And so those are some of the things I remember about Scouts. I had a lot of fun at Scouts, all the camping and all the different adventures, hiking and canoeing and going to jamborees and things like that. We always had a lot of fun doing that. I'm glad we chose this as one of the theme builds for this year. And look forward to seeing what everybody else comes up with as well. And on behalf of Paul at Diecast Graveyard, Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and myself, Skip, here at Crosswell Diecast Speed Shop, and also our guest horseman, Jeremy Ansley. Thank you for joining in, Jeremy, for this. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they come up with, but also everybody else. It's been great to see so many people participating in these monthly builds and seeing more and more of you out there. And again, you don't need a social media platform presence that you're doing. Basically, all you need on the last day of the month, send a picture of the monthly build to Four Horsemen Diecast at gmail.com, and we'll include you in a recap video that will come out later the following month. Again, and if you've been participating with us for several times, if you do 6 builds, we put you down for a bronze horseshoe. You see that on your picture. If you do 12 builds, you'll get a silver horseshoe. If you do 24 builds, you get a gold horseshoe, and you see those always coming up there. And right now we're working. Still got some guys working for the platinum ones, and I think that's 36 builds. What we said on that. And so I look forward to doing that. Again, take your picture on a white background. That just helps us to really get to see the car and the details. And also make sure that if you put it onto social media like YouTube or something like that, that you put it on with hashtag Four Horsemen Diecast team, so we can find it and look at your build and stuff. That helps us a lot when we're choosing our choices. Our horseman choice. You see those little thumbs up that we give every month, and so we can see your whole build, because sometimes seeing a car, it doesn't always tell us all the work you guys have put into it. So if you do that, definitely make sure you let us know. Again, as always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.